It's been revealed that a former SpaceX flight attendant had accused Elon Musk of exposing himself to her and also propositioned her for sex during a massage. The company had paid $250,000 to silence her in 2018.
In the world of the super wealthy, where private jets and lavish parties are the norm, one might assume that they would have mastered the art of discretion. But when the cameras are rolling, even billionaires cannot resist doing something silly or shocking. When someone wields significant wealth and influence, it can become easier for them to make poor decisions without meaningful consequences. How did these titans of industry and innovation end up embarrassing themselves on the internet? Join us in this video as we recount some embarrassing moments from some of the richest men in the world.
He asked me to dance. He is the most hideous dancer I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was horrible, and this guy was sweating all over me. Like, his sweat was like, it was raining basically everywhere, and I was just like, whoa, grossed out from it. But I knew I had to keep him happy because that's what Jeffrey and Ghislaine would expect from me.
Donald Trump. What better way to open this video than by starting with the man who has been dominating the headlines for months now, Donald Trump. Recently elected as the 47th President of the United States, he still stands as one of the world's richest, with his net worth in the billions of dollars. Yet he isn't without some very tarnishing dark behaviors. A little throwback to 2016, a moment that should have shattered the political ambitions of a brash billionaire, a revelation that laid bare the ugliest corners of his psyche. But when the infamous Access Hollywood tape emerged just weeks before the 2016 presidential election, Donald Trump proved that the rules that applied to mere mortals did not bind him. The tape, a recording of a 2005 conversation between Trump and TV host Billy Bush, captured the then-candidate making a series of crude and misogynistic remarks about women. Trump boasted of his ability to grope and seduce without consent, his words dripping with a sense of entitlement that shocked the nation. The public reaction was swift and fierce. Prominent Republicans, including party leaders, denounced Trump's remarks, with some even withdrawing their support and calling for him to step down. The tape sparked a national dialogue about sexual assault and harassment, with women coming forward to share their own stories of Trump's inappropriate behavior. Yet, in a twist of fate that defied conventional wisdom, Trump weathered the storm. Despite the wave of condemnation, he refused to back down, dismissing the recording as locker room talk and doubling down on his defense. And to the astonishment of many, he emerged victorious, becoming the 45th president of the United States at the time. The fallout from the tape, however, continued to reverberate. In the years that followed, it resurfaced in a 2022 deposition and was used as evidence in a civil lawsuit against Trump, a constant reminder that no one, not even the most powerful, is above the law. Think this is the most shocking part of this video. But then there is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. From the outside, Jeff Bezos seemed to have the ultimate American dream, thriving marriage of 25 years, an empire worth billions, and the crown of being Amazon's visionary founder. But in 2019, this carefully crafted image shattered when an explosive scandal hit the headlines. It started out as whispers. People were circulating things on the internet about a secret affair, but what they did not know is that it was about to explode into something they did not see coming. Jeff Bezos, the man who turned a simple online bookstore into humanity's everything store, had mastered the art of calculating risks. Every Amazon move was a chess play, every business decision a carefully orchestrated symphony. Yet here he was, about to crash into the one variable he couldn't algorithm his way out of. Jeff Bezos had been married to Mackenzie Scott long before Amazon became a dream scribbled down during a cross-country road trip, of course, long before he became one of the wealthiest men in the world. The marriage had been the envy and talk of many until 2019, when Lauren Sanchez came into the picture. Lauren was a former TV anchor whose chemistry with Bezos would spark one of tech's most talked-about affairs. They first met through work, but soon their friendship turned into something more. They started dating in secret, sending each other love messages and private photos, and it would have remained so, if not for an unexpected betrayal. It is surprising to find that the villain of this story wasn't a hacker or a business rival. It was Lauren's own brother, Michael, who reportedly sold their private messages to a gossip magazine called the National Enquirer for $200,000. The headlines exploded like fireworks on New Year's Eve. Jeff's picture was plastered everywhere on the internet, and his wife of 25 years learned about this affair along with the morning coffee and crossword puzzle. What followed was the most expensive love story ever told. The divorce settlement that cost Bezos $38.3 billion. That is far from breaking the bank. That is shattering it into billion-dollar confetti. Mackenzie became one of the world's wealthiest women overnight, even though Bezos kept the voting rights to her Amazon shares. Because even in heartbreak, business is business. But the drama didn't stop there. The story took another dramatic turn when Michael Sanchez, claiming defamation, sued Bezos, adding a layer of family drama to an already sensational tale. Michael, probably feeling the heat from all sides, decided to sue Bezos in 2020. He claimed Bezos had ruined his reputation and wanted to clear his name, and has created a ground for continuous legal battle. The most intriguing thing about this story is that while most people's worlds would crumble under such a scandal, Bezos' empire barely flinched. As personal drama set Twitter ablaze, his net worth soared to a mind-bending $194 billion. It seems the laws of gravity don't apply when you're flying this high in Silicon Valley. Today, Bezos is still making headlines, but for different reasons. He's moved on with Lauren Sanchez, and they seem happy together. Mackenzie Scott has become famous for giving away billions to charity faster than most people earn them. Of course, there was no way Elon Musk would escape this list. Elon Musk. The visionary entrepreneur behind SpaceX and Tesla has always been one to thirst for control. But what we did not know was that this thirst extended far beyond the boardroom. The stage was set in 2016, when a SpaceX flight attendant, trusted to provide discreet service to the company's elite clientele, found herself caught in a web of unwanted advances. According to her account, Musk, during a routine flight to London, had exposed himself, propositioned her for sexual favors, and even offered to buy her a horse in exchange for her compliance. The power dynamics at play were staggering. This was no ordinary employee, but rather the billionaire whose very name had become synonymous with cutting-edge technology and boundless ambition. Shaken and unsure of how to proceed, the flight attendant confided in a close friend. The aftermath was swift and unsettling. The flight attendant's work opportunities at SpaceX began to dwindle, and she found herself feeling increasingly marginalized, as if punished for refusing Musk's alleged advances. In 2018, the flight attendant, determined to reclaim her voice, hired a California employment lawyer and filed a formal complaint against the billionaire. Musk, sensing the looming threat to his carefully curated reputation, swiftly intervened, personally attending a mediation session that ultimately led to a confidential settlement. The flight attendant walked away with a substantial $250,000 payout, but at the cost of her freedom to speak openly about the incident. While the world remained largely unaware of the scandal, the ripples it had sent through the SpaceX organization were undeniable. The emphasis on massages within the company, and the implication that certain employees were expected to provide such services, raised disturbing questions about the corporate culture Musk had fostered, one where the lines between professional and personal boundaries had become dangerously blurred. One question remains: how many stories are left untold? The answer would be so many, but we are done telling some yet. What you did find next about Richard Branson will leave you shocked. Richard Branson, the flamboyant British billionaire, with a net worth of $3.1 billion, has built an empire spanning music, airlines, telecommunications, and even space travel. But beneath the veneer of his larger-than-life persona, a shocking scandal was about to unfold on the pristine shores of his Caribbean retreat, Necker Island. It was supposed to be a night of fun, with Branson playing host to a select group of music stars, including singer Antonia G. But what began as a lavish party soon became a disturbing incident that would challenge the very foundations of Branson's reputation. According to Antonia's account, the evening took a dark turn when Branson, the esteemed Virgin Group founder, allegedly engaged in inappropriate behavior towards her. His behavior was disgusting, she recounted. I feel like it was sexual assault. He came up to me and put his face in my cleavage. It was surreal, totally out of the blue. The existence of video footage from the party gave credibility to Antonia's claims, capturing Branson and the singer in close proximity, though the crucial moment of the alleged incident was not captured on camera. Branson, on the other hand, vehemently denied any recollection of the event, leaving many to wonder whether he was genuinely unaware of his actions or merely attempting to save face. The fallout from the scandal was mixed. While some denounced Branson's behavior and questioned his response, the billionaire's loyal following rallied to his defense, citing his vast philanthropic endeavors and prominent status in the business world. Branson himself issued a public apology, acknowledging the potential inappropriateness of his actions, even if he could not recall them. Just like Branson, this next wealthy man also claimed to not recall his actions. When caught, but we know better. Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein may not have been a billionaire, but he was a wealthy financier with a very interesting story to consider. A dark past. Previously convicted as a sex offender, Epstein now faced shocking new charges of sex trafficking and conspiracy, allegations that painted a truly horrifying picture of his exploitation of dozens of underage girls. Epstein's journey began as an unassuming math teacher at the prestigious Dalton School in New York City. But that ordinary profession was just the starting point for his extraordinary and ultimately infamous life. In 1982, Epstein made a career move that would set him on a path to immense wealth and notoriety. He founded his own investment firm, J. Epstein & Company, catering exclusively to ultra-wealthy clients. The exact source of Epstein's vast wealth remained shrouded in mystery, as his financial dealings were deliberately complex and difficult to trace. However, it was believed that his firm managed funds for individuals with assets exceeding $1 billion, making Epstein a trusted confidant of the global elite. But as the layers of Epstein's dark world were peeled back, a truly disturbing reality emerged. Prosecutors alleged that the previously convicted sex offender was fully aware of the young age of many of his victims, some as young as 14 years old. In some cases, the minor victims had explicitly told Epstein their age, making his actions all the more reprehensible. Epstein's predatory behavior knew no bounds. He would allegedly pay his victims hundreds of dollars in cash after the sexual encounters, perpetuating a cycle of exploitation and manipulation. But the horrors did not end there. Epstein was said to have created a network of underage victims, using certain girls to recruit additional young girls, further expanding his reach and ensuring a constant supply of victims to satisfy his insatiable desires. Epstein's employees played a crucial role in facilitating his crimes, scheduling the sexual encounters, and actively recruiting more vulnerable girls. It was a twisted and intricate system that allowed Epstein to maintain his gilded lifestyle, even as the darkness at its core continued to consume him. Epstein's arrest came amidst renewed scrutiny of his previous lenient plea deal in 2008, which had allowed him to avoid federal prosecution at the time. But this time, there would be no such escape, as the full extent of his horrific crimes was laid bare for the world to see. In the end, the wealthy financier who had once wielded such influence and power over the global elite now found himself trapped in a cage of his own making. But that wasn't the height of it. With these billionaires, Robert Kraft has another dark story waiting for us. Robert Kraft. In early 2019, Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots football team, was caught up in an unexpected legal situation in Florida. Police were investigating several massage parlors they believed were running illegal prostitution services. During their investigation, police said they had evidence of Kraft visiting one of these massage parlors more than once. The police claimed they had video footage showing Kraft taking part in illegal activities at the business. When the news came out, it surprised many people. Kraft was well known as a successful businessman who owned one of the most successful teams in the NFL. He had built a good reputation both in sports and in his community. Kraft strongly denied doing anything wrong. He hired good lawyers to defend him, and they fought hard against the charges. His lawyers said the police shouldn't have been allowed to take video footage inside the massage parlor, arguing it violated people's privacy rights. The case affected more than just Kraft. The New England Patriots' reputation was at stake too. Some business partners and sponsors worried about being connected to the team during this scandal. The investigation revealed a bigger problem. These massage parlors were possibly part of a human trafficking operation, where people were forced to work against their will. This made the case more serious than just visiting an illegal massage parlor. Throughout the case, news organizations reported every detail, and the public followed the story closely. It was unusual to see such a prominent sports figure involved in this kind of situation. This scandal showed how quickly someone's reputation can be damaged, even for people who seem to have everything going right. It also brought attention to the serious problems of human trafficking and illegal prostitution in everyday businesses. And then lastly, in this video, we will see Harvey Weinstein involved in very secret acts much worse than the previous ones. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein was a powerful Hollywood film producer who co-founded Miramax in 1979. His company became known for producing acclaimed films. However, in 2017, Weinstein's world came crashing down. Multiple women came forward to accuse Weinstein of sexual harassment and assault. Their stories painted a disturbing picture of Weinstein abusing his power and influence to manipulate and take advantage of women. The allegations against Weinstein sparked a global, the Me Too movement, as women in many industries shared their own experiences of abuse and harassment. Weinstein was swiftly fired from his company and expelled from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In 2018, Weinstein was arrested and charged with multiple counts of rape and sexual assault. The scandal not only exposed the dark side of Hollywood, but also led to a broader conversation about sexual misconduct in the workplace. Weinstein's dramatic fall from grace was a shocking wake-up call about the abuse of power and the need to address sexual harassment more seriously across all sectors of society. What do you think about these stories? What do you think about Billionaires? Do you have any encounters you want to share? We would love to know in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the following video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.